Alright. Hello, everybody, and welcome to iCast, your freaking awesome replays. Today, we've got the Koprulu Globetrotters challenge, where players had to dunk on their opponent's style on them and show their fanciest micro maneuvers. So, we're going to be hopping into a bunch, of course, of user-submitted games. That could be Bronze League, they could be Grandmaster, they could be from pro gamers. We never know until we see the madness unravel. Down here in the bottom right-hand side, representing Rust 54, it is the Red Terran F-Spell. And, oh my god, not this player again. In the blue, the Zerg player, it's Krusty. Krusty the Clown. That's right, we don't need to say that one out loud. Oh, jeez. Ugh. Krusty, ugh. My bets are on this player, having been the one who submitted the challenge. I'm curious to see what sort of fancy Zerg micro, maybe some burrow tricks, maybe some burrow move, roaches popping up and down, all that sort of jazz. Of course, it's always interesting to see how players unpack the ICYFAR, and I'm always a little worried when I do one of these micro-focused ones, because I know most of the peoples that submit the replays, let's be real, barely comprehend what micromanagement is. No offense to any of yous out there, but let's be real. Some people's idea of fancy micro is literally figuring out how to pick up the ball and throw it in a general direction. It's not exactly the sort of finesse you'd expect from, say, the Harlem Globetrotters or something like that, man. So we're going to see exactly what these players have in store. A very quick double gas. I think we have Burrow on the way. I think we're going to see some Burrow out of Krusty. In the bottom right, a very standard expand from the Terran. No early scout, and into a very quick second barracks from the Terran player. So it's going to be a 2-1-1 opening. Awesome. While we've got a little bit of downtime in the early game, let's announce next week's challenge, or I should say a couple weeks from now. We're taking a small break in the show because guess what? Katowice, you see it, it's on the cap. I am Katowice. The World Championship of StarCraft 2 is kicking off in just 1 week's time. So it is going to be a very exciting week and a bit of action. The best players in the world going at it. Top 36 players just playing tons of games. There's round-robin group stages. There's a bracket before that to see the last players who get their way in. There's hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line. It's going to be an awesome event. Because of that, we've got a little bit of a delay. This Reaper, oh, nice little try-hard micro. You don't want to lose that, though. Oh, Reaper does run out. So, we're taking 2 weeks off during Katowice, which means you guys have 3 weeks, almost 3 whole weeks to get your replays in for the next challenge. The next challenge is Distraction. LOL! Distract and annoy your opponent at every turn. Empty Nydus worms popping up in the back of their base with no plan of ever emptying them. Nuking the corner of the map to scare them. Blocking their bases, stealing their add-ons. Dropping individual units in mineral lines. I don't know, running in and building a pylon to block the mining in the natural. Pylon. Like, whatever you guys could do to distract, annoy, and just generally screw with your opponents. Get those replays in, as always, eonblue95@gmail.com. Info's in the YouTube description below. So what do we got on the way here? It looks like an incredibly fast melee for Krusty. So Krusty here is playing a mass Zergling style. So you can tell this is really peak StarCraft from Krusty. Going for 2 gases early on, and then realizing, wait a second, I'm only building units that cost minerals. I don't actually need a lot of gas, and then pulling off the gas geyser. You can tell Krusty here is going for some hardcore maneuvers. Does get that SCV, and look at this fancy micro. Coming in with the Zerglings, and attack moving. Wow, that was pretty fancy indeed. This Koprulu Globetrotters ship, man. Like, look at the way the Zerglings are both running around and biting things simultaneously. Incredible maneuvers from Krusty. Does push those mules back up to the ramp. Is going to delay that bunker. Oh, that bunker's just never going up. Dude, this is a real bummer. Losing your first 5 Marines when you're doing a 2-on-1 sucks. And all these mules unable to get back up here. Yeah, Spell really needs to get these Marines out. Zerglings do all die killing those mules. And in the end, I think it was only 4 SCVs, which is kind of acceptable. Spell, there's more links coming. Spell, what are you doing? Spell's like, well, he couldn't possibly just follow up with another attack. Let's go put our Marines right out in the open where they can get easily surrounded. Thankfully for him, Krusty's not coming in with that many Zerglings, but oh my god, the Marine micro is so bad. Oh my god, the Zerglings are gonna kill them all. Dude, oh my lord, talk about zero self-respect for safety. He's like, this Zergling likes to run large packs of Zerglings at me. I'll take my only defensive units and I'll steer them out front my command center. I don't know if that was your wisest decision, Spell. Spell finally queues up some more Marines, but literally has no fighting units right now. Desperately needs to be getting some Hellions. Krusty Discharge is like, yep, you wanted to see fancy micro? Once again, attack move Zerglings. Is he trolling me? This is not really, I mean, it's not like there's much micro to do, but I gotta tell you, with Zerglings, I mean, okay, a bit of focus fire does target the SCVs there, bit of hardcore micro. I'll pay that one. I'll pay that one, Krusty. Baneling Nest is on the way. We've already got melee. Carapace is on the way as well here. And Krusty just building Zergling, Baneling. Only 30 workers out for Krusty. And is now going to start Aspire. Okay, so it's going to be a Buda transition. The Terran does get a few Widow Mines out. He's spotted that Overlord. Shoots it once with the Widow Mine, but he's like, nah, you can just stand there. I'm okay with perverts just watching from the shadows. It's all good. No worries. So the Starfort and the factory still have not swapped around. A third barracks does now go down. Spell supply blocked on 46. Never got this depot wall going because of that Zergling aggression. And is just trying to recover a single Widow Mine. I think is going to be the only pressure that Spell feels brave enough to do. He's like, yeah, unmanned Widow Mine unit, you go. Siege in the middle of the map. Tell me if there's an attack coming. Zerg, on the other hand, has like the whole map to himself. He's going to build a spine crawler. A few more gases coming down. The drone count for Krusty here is not running away too quickly, which does give a bit of room for Spell to catch back up. 9 Marines coming across the map. And these Widow Mines going to come over as well, start to spread out all over the shop. More depots, engineering bay on the way as well. Spell has not been dropping mules and desperately needs to empty all that energy to try and catch on back up. But the upgrades are probably the biggest advantage for our Zerg player right now. Oh, that Widow Mine only killing a single Zergling. How many Lings are out right now? 35. That's a fair number of Zerglings. Is that really going to achieve anything? Yeah, these Marines are going to get gunned down. Can they get the Queen? They kill a Queen. And then they do pick up and get on out of there. The Zerglings running around. What is that? Did you guys see that? He'd queued an attack move from there to there, to there, to there, to there. All right. Krusty comes forward, gets a Widow Mine. Oh, don't drop Marines on top of that. Oh, no. Oh, the Widow Mines. Oh, boom, baby. All right, those Zerglings get wiped. And that's a good situation now for Spell, who can start the third command center. The gases gradually go to that next step. Spell still banking a lot of mule energy, but we'll start getting up into that bigger Marine Mine army. And these Widow Mines peppered around. I like them. They're quite nice. They're creating a little bit of passive map presence. Unfortunately, though, for the Terran, that is a second Evo chamber starting +2 Carapace. Terran has not even started +1 attack. So the Terran's going to start trying to do some drippy droppies. But if the Terran doesn't hurry up with upgrades and getting the mineral count up, they're going to just be so far behind. I'll tell you, each Zergling with 2-2 can probably beat 2 Marines with 0-0. The upgrade differential will be absolutely insane. And Spell is just not on top of those upgrades. That's one of those things you think, no, you know what? I got 3 barracks, factory, a starport. You know what? I think we're doing okay here despite the early chaos. But there's one very important thing being forgotten. Well, good Marine drop gets 2 Queens, a bunch of Zerglings. The other Zergling's going to come on in here. And these Marines going to try to turn and fight. But no, get out of there. That's an upgrade advantage. Ooh, it's a good choke point though. Krusty Discharge with the amazing micro, all funneling in from one side. Dude, did he just... No. These 6 Marines are killing everything. Oh my god, they're in the middle of the hive cluster. He runs away with the medevacs. He leaves the Marines there. Dude, they had like 7-8 kills on each of those Marines. That was insane. That was an awesome trade for those Marines. Behind this, +1 weapons finally starts. Second eBay does start. Okay, so Spell's realizing the upgrade differential, but... Oof, I guess Widow Mines don't care about upgrades, so pumping those will be a way to kind of hopefully get on through this next few minutes of this game. And Krusty's starting to spread creep out. He's got +1 attack. Burrow is on the way. Ooh, yes, please show me some of those Burrow Banelings. Oof, we got Marines and Mines running around. Yeah, this is going to get so weird, dude. Just because the Marines are going to be so hopeless against the Zerglings in head-to-head. They'll still do okay against the Mutas, but a couple Zerglings just kind of walk right past these units. Third command center is turning into a planetary. Good versus Bane. Doesn't shoot up against the Mutalisks, though. Concussive Shells is now on the way. These Marines looking for another assault. But dude, there's 15 Banelings making. That is more than enough speed Banes to easily wipe this army. This is not really a very scary force from Spell, is it? A single Zergling having a bit of a nom-nom on that planetary. For those who don't know, there is actually high salt content in the steel. It's a bit of like a salt lick. Ooh, a few Marines do go down. Does save 8 of them. And actually, dropping them, the Marines. Dropping and taking the Baneling. It's Spell, you absolute legend. Dude. So the way it works, right, is a Marine takes 2 Banelings to die. So if you're dropping on them one at a time, it's 2 Banelings blop, 2 Banelings blop, 2 Banelings blop. For 8 Marines, you can kill 16 Banelings. Really efficient. Unfortunately for Spell, Discharge answers and says, how do you like him, Krusty? The Mutas come on over and start to take down those medevacs. And they do take a fair bit of damage there. Widowmine does take out some of these Zerglings, but dude, the upgrade differential is just obscene. Oh my god. Okay, so +1's kicking in 3 seconds. That maybe will help, but there's not much that shoots up right now. Attacking into a planetary, a pretty bad idea for the Zerg. Where is the Marine count? These Marines will come forward. 1 medevac falls. The Mutas are just moving into this. Oh my. Krusty Discharge is literally just queued up attack moves. Wait. Is the... Okay, we're going to go back and check this. Krusty Discharge? I don't know if he's looked at a single fight. Because he keeps queuing things up. So I think his whole idea is the fancy micro is he's always using shift to shift click things. But I'd say half of the shift clicks are nonsense. Let's watch this. In the real-time mode, real camera, you can see what's being selected down over there, the bottom right. So like a drone's being selected, put on gas, it's building some drones, rallying them to the... Oh, is this one of those Zergs that doesn't change rally points? Oh god, it is. This is a Zerg that every time they build drones, they have to click them on the base they want them to go to because they're just too lazy to change their waypoints. Oh no. Alright, I really want to see what happens in this next fight though. So let's go back to the camera, We've got to watch this from Krusty Discharge's view. Okay, so we've got some Burrow Zerglings setting up as little perverts everywhere. Some of them are blocking bases as well. So you see in the top right of the minimap, 2 Zerglings just went up there and burrowed. One in the bottom, kind of the low ground base of the Terran. Just got blocked. It's waiting for the hive to finish so it can start 3-3. Doesn't have enough gas for that right now, though. And let's bring up the control groups. 0 army groups. Queens on 2. Hatcheries on 4. Okay, yeah. It's impressive the speed that's being played at. The number of things that are being used here. Shift to queue some creep tumors with the Queen. Zergling down there did go down. Is glancing down here. F2s brings the whole army down. Okay, he's going to take that hatchery on the north. Pervert Zergling. Oh, sees right up the power armor of those Marines and Marauders coming through the middle. And, okay, he's building more Lings. He's trying to make some Banelings. These Marines are on top, though. We're not quite ready to fight. Where is the army? Where is the army? Okay, it's being F2'd over here. But I think this player's blocked their own units on their ramp with the Banelings. Oh my god, what is this micro? Oh my god, where is the rest of the army? What is this control? I'm pretty sure the whole army was trapped behind Banelings morphing on the ramp. We're going to go back at the end of this game, 13 minutes, and check that. We're trying to get in the mind of the Krusty Discharge right now and truly understand what happens in the mind of a player who's named himself Krusty Discharge.
Mineral field depleted.
3 threes on the way, as well as the Ultra Cavern. But you know what? It took a while to get all this going, and we can see in the production tab 2-2 will catch up and close the gap. So it's going to be 2-2 versus 2-2 for a short while. Then 3-3 will be there, but shout out to the Terran for slowly catching up and also running around in a giant ball on creep. 0 regard for his survival. Just a giant blob of bio just sitting on creep, and the Bailey's just move into it and annihilate the whole army. Who could have possibly seen that coming? Oh my god. Dude, even Clem or Hero Marine, one of the best splitters in the world, wouldn't have been insane enough to have their army that clumped up. That is ridiculous. Oh. He's like, yeah, it's fine. I'll just run behind my Widow Mines and they'll kill every Baneling. I'm like, that's not how it works, dude. When you've got like 80 Marines, you may need to spread your shit out. Krusty Discharge there, coming in with just like a random column of banelings, wiping out an army that looked like it was actually a lot bigger than his. Thanks to the Terrans' absolute disrespect of what that army looked like. Now, Krusty Discharge is trying to get this 5th base back up. Still only at 51 workers. This is such a low mineral income. The upgrades are the only real hope here. The upgrades and that terrible bio attack from the Terran. Oh, what are those banelings doing? Okay, so we're spreading out some banelings. Why? Okay, now he's building drones. I think he's realizing his bases don't actually have that many workers on them. So he's transferring some workers from the natural to the 3rd. Okay, chitinous plating style. It's sick upgrades from Krusty here, right? Straight for chitinous plating. Oh, Burrow Zergling, see another attack. Okay, we're at less than half the army supply. So as the Zerg here is Krusty Discharge, once again morphing banelings on the main base ramp and trapping his own army. He's just done it again. Okay, this time he didn't create a solid wall. Yes, he's almost doing it again. His army always sits there and he always blocks himself when he morphs banelings. Did we get a pull? He doesn't use control groups, so he's trying to manually box units right now. He's bringing some Ling Bane up for a flank. But they're already getting aggroed in. And this is giving the Terran time to spread out the Widow Mines. The Marines are still running around in a giant blob, just hoping that the Zerg doesn't have Banelings. Oh my god, this is some of the worst Terran push control. The Widow Mines was spread perfectly across like 2 screens. And all he needed to do was spread the Marines out. The Terran wins the game there. He had like double the army supply, even being down 2 upgrades. If he just spreads his bio across these Widow Mines, it's like the easiest fight ever. There's this thing. I see a lot of Terrans do this, right? Whereas like, they think that microing 1 Widow Mine and 10 Marines and a medevac is the same as microing 80 Marines. They're like, yeah, like you just try to bait them into the Widow Mine shots and then pick up and leave, right? And you're like, not really. Like, that's really dangerous. It's hard to load that many medevacs that quickly, number 1. Number 2, they have Mutalisks and anti-air at this point, so they can shoot down the medevacs. But once again, another blob of bio comes forward here. It's not a very big blob anymore. Okay, you can see here, Krusty Discharge is going to be forced to F2A move, and those are 3 kindness plating ultras. I think the Terran realizes he needs a lot more Marauders, Liberators, tanks, anything that's not just Marines. The Mutas are gunning down the medevacs. Oh my god, the overwhelm is here. Those Widow Mines do take out some of these Mutas, but holy cow. All the bio, all the medevacs gets wiped there. The double upgrade advantage, Chitinous Ultras versus an almost pure Marine army. Talk about tech advantage. Krusty's going to dive forward with the Mutas. Is like, yeah, kill the SCV and then get out of there. Is trying to morph some Banelings over there on the left as well. So those Mutas flying up through the north. It's trying to build some more Ultras, some more Lings, some more Banelings.
Under attack.
And here we go. Those Mutas flying around. Back and forth. +2 attack on the way for Mutas as well. We're making lots of Overseers to deal with those Widow Mines. Let's get back to everyone's camera for a little bit. So there is a 4th base going up, but oh, I was hoping the Terran already had a 4th up behind this. We get to see even more of those horrendous engagements. Some of these fights and little trades, I guess, have been pretty bad for the Zerg. So the Zerg's still down in the units lost, but damn, those big engagements. It's like the bigger the Terran army gets, the more he throws it away, it feels like. You can see that he also doesn't use control groups, just F2s and then burrows the Widow Mines. The Widow Mine micro is great. The bio micro is truly something spectacularly bad. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Widow Mines everywhere. Oh. Yeah, my favorite thing when people have Widow Mines everywhere is I take an Ultra and I put it on a separate control group. I tell an Overseer to just right-click on the Ultra to follow it. And then I send that Ultra just going, blum, blum, blum. I just cue it to attack move around everywhere where I think there might be Widow Mines. But those Widow Mines are going to keep getting value, unfortunately, for Krusty. And Krusty's economy is still weaker than the Terran's. Down 5 workers, and the Terran, of course, can drop mules. Let's look at that. Oh, it's just dropped tons of mules up on the 3rd, actually, which is kind of a bummer because that will mine out. SCV's trying to long-distance mine this 5th base as well. Yeah, if the Terran keeps expanding, they're going to go bigger. Zerglings coming forward. These Widow Mines keep firing on random units here and there. And looks like Krusty has control of that side of the map. More Mutas coming in. So it's Muta, Ultra, Zergling, Baneling. Still 3 Widow Mines in the center. And a new base starting on the south. So Liberators wreck Ultras. But Mutas can take care of them. Ultra's going to start to clean up these Widow Mines. They'll take a little bit of damage here and there. A little bit of splash damage landing. It should be acceptable. These Liberators are going to try and siege up on this high ground. There's accidental Reapers that keep getting queued up. 6 Reapers got queued up from a misclick on the key. Oh my god. Late game Reapers. Everyone's favorite. Here comes the Force. All right, Terran comes forward, wants to deny this base, realizes there's actually no base there though. And that's a bit of a bummer. If the Terran was on top of this base, they could force the Zerg to fight. Let's see. Oh, the Liberators are all sieging backwards. Uh-oh. Oh, is the Terran going to spread out a little bit? He spread 1 Marine and 1 Marauder this time? No. Is he going to spread around the Liberator? There's no Widow Mines either. Zerg's just going to counterattack. Oh, Zerg says, all right, let's just base trade this shit. Ultra's there getting gunned down by that bio. Back at home. Uh-oh, Planetary goes bye-bye. Ultra's smashing through. These guys are going to take out that base. Widow Mines get a few shots off. That's not going to be enough. A few libs sieging up. Oh, those libs are going to be big. If the mutas don't deal with those libs are going to clean up so much stuff, man. And they are already doing quite well. But wait. There's only 3 barracks out here. All the barracks are up at the 4th. Oh, no. Okay, Terran needs to do a lot with this army. And guess what? There's no medevacs, which means you can't heal. You can't heal those stims. Those 2 medevacs trying to fly across to reinforce. The rally points of the bio are kind of disjointed. If that depot raised and there was a pack of bio behind it, maybe. But now that there's an Ultra on the production, added to that Corruptor pissing on the tech lab. What a dickhead. I think that might just be it. Unless Terran wins through base trade. Unless Terran wins through base trade. Let's just see. So Spell comes forward. The Baneling. Oh, ow. Okay, the Baneling's not as dangerous as it could have been, but there's more where that came from. And dude, those Marines are clumped. Oh, Concussive did slow them down for a moment. They do just all kind of blow up, but they get quite a few Marines. And these guys in the main, like I said, they can't heal after these stims, dude. Oh no, Marines trying to defend from the Corruptors, but the Corruptors will take out at least one of these Liberators. Ooh, oh, that's pretty good for the Terran, I think, cleaning up the Corruptors. Ultra's coming back. There's a few medevacs there. They really should be hanging out with the bio. You can see the Terran still has 2 reacted barracks and has a fair few depots up here. So is kind of able to build more right now. The problem, of course, is that the Zerg has 2 full mining bases. So if the Zerg can rebuild the spawning pool and so on, they'll be able to build a lot more useful units. Right now, it's 7 Ultras, 8 Mutas, and the 7 Ultras, dude, that's scary. And oh, Spell, run! You gotta get out of there, dude. Go get behind your Planetary. Spell not watching the army. Reapers just do not do damage to Ultras. I'll tell you that. The Ultras have 7 armor. The Reapers do 7 damage. They ain't doing shit right now. Oh, it leaves all the units in front of the Planetary. They needed to get behind it. Now there's nothing that shoots up. So the Planetary can defend on the ground. Oh, the turret is actually in range of one of the mutas. Is high-sec auto-tracking upgraded? Of course it is. One of the last 2 Zerg bases does go down. A lot of these drones will be falling here in that next little while. And, oh, dude. That bio is actually doing a lot of damage. Ultra's starting to break down the depots. Marines are coming out. If those Marines can get rid of this. Oh, but I don't know if there's enough mass repair. The Ultras are cracking through. Even though only one at a time right now is fighting. Dude, where's the repair? No! The Planetary goes down. Oh, shit. Okay, the bio down here is doing what it can. There's still Liberators. Dude, there was Liberator Mine everywhere. Oh my god, imagine if all that Liberator Mine went back and sieged on the base. Dude. Okay, I said I was going to go back to 13 minutes, right? There was a few moments in that game where I was like, what the hell? What are they doing? Was it 13 minutes? Yeah, I think it was 13 minutes. So I want to watch some of these engagements around this point. Let's watch what the Zerg is focusing on.
Our drones are under attack.
Because this was some nonsense. Oh, the Banelings. Yeah. So the Zerg, because their army was always just sitting on this ramp, so every time they try to move down to fight, those Banelings kept creating a wall off on their ramp. And was that the only units? Like, what the wait, there was nothing but a handful of Zerglings and Mutas. Oh my god. So all the Zerglings are making into Banelings. So then the Zerg F2s is like, yeah, let's overwhelm this. And doesn't realize that like all he's got is a handful of Mutas and they just fly through the Marines. Ow. Oh my god, it's so hard to watch. Oh, it's so funny. But even earlier than that, there was a bunch of attacks, right? Where the Zerg was like queuing the units to like A move or something. There's something really weird happening. So I kind of want to see what was going on with those units, right? Because there was times where there was like, just like weird shift click paths. So we're gonna 8 times this and try to decipher it very quickly, guys, before we get into the next game. I don't think there's any deciphering. I think it's just random micro, to be honest. I did like the early Ling run bys, by the way. That was super sick. I don't think we're gonna solve the conundrum. Let's be real. This one is just gonna stay in the Twilight Zone. Let's go to game 2. All right. Let's go straight into game number 2. And whoa, what was this? Is that an accident? Or is this player thinking about worker rushing? I'm not quite sure. Down here in the bottom right, representing clan Etroy, it is Meatball. We'll see if he can unload a full old sub on his opponent. In the top left-hand side, representing the OG Bros, it is Maniac. And a Zerg versus Zerg, not exactly what I was expecting today. Thought we'd be seeing a lot more try-hard Terran micro and the like, but nonetheless, Maniac here coming out in the top left, already has a single worker lead over the opponent. Meatball going to be sending a drone down. Looks like just a hatchery first opening. And there is actually quite a bit of room for fancy micro in Zerg vs. Zerg, let's be real. Ling Bane battles, one of the most micro-intensive engagements you can possibly deal with. I remember the early days of Wings of Liberty, dude. One base Ling Bane versus one base Ling Bane. You would just keep on doing it or die trying. 14 gas, 14 pool. Maybe you'd eventually get an expansion, but if you did, it was behind maybe 10 waves of Zergling Bane smashing into each other. Incredible times, dude. All right, drone comes down to the natural expand. So it's going to be a pool hatch opening here for Maniac. Gas is mining a little bit earlier than for Meatball, who's gone for the more classic hatchery first, into the gas, then the pool. And isn't really prioritizing the gas mining. Is saying, no, just rally the workers on as they come out. Meatball has been a worker down this entire game. You can kind of see here, this drone only now building. But Zergling's coming out, 4 Lings, so Maniac's going to be the one to take the fight to the opponent. Both of them, of course, sending their overlords across. Where is that overlord rallied to? I can't see the waypoint. Oh, okay, so this overlord's going to come in, check the natural, and then pull back to there. This overlord behind it, where is it headed? I also can't see its waypoint. I feel like they've been clicked right through each other's bases. Anyways, this overlord here sees the natural, pulls back. A spine crawler goes down. Of course, having seen these 4 Zerglings, I think Meatball's freaking out a little bit, but there's just a very light Zergling pressure. However, 4 versus 2, it's a good fight right now. Oh my god, Meatball is pulling the entire mineral line just for 4 Zerglings. I think Meatball thinks they're being 12 pulled or something. They think this is a huge rush. Meatball's freaking out. Meatball's like, yes, I defended it! Yes! Yes! Oh my god! I won! Oh! Nobody tell Meatball that was literally a 17 pool, and that was just like 4 poking Zerglings, and actually you panicked yourself for no reason. I think Meatball there thinks that was a way bigger commitment than it was, is now like, oh, I should probably go back to mining gas, hey. Overlord, and as I said, yes, the Overlord has been clicked right through the main base, but wait, Maniac hasn't built a queen in the main. This queen could go up and get a free Overlord kill. Meatball's like, oh, probably shouldn't be sending that all the way there. Gets great scouting info though, sees the drones come in, and that means there's no aggression coming out. If they're just building mass drones, they ain't building Zerglings or Roaches right now, so the Overlord gets in and gets out of there. It's going to be a quick third base for Maniac. But Maniac has got Ling Speed, but no Baneling Nest, whereas it's Ling Speed and a Baneling Nest for Meatball. But Meatball only 1 worker on gas. Both sides neck and neck in the worker count. Drone going to go out for Meatball, is also going to take a third base, so they're both taking third hatcheries. Baneling Nest goes down with a little bit of delay for Maniac. Ooh. Oh, I'm so excited, guys. I think we're going to see a Ling Bane smash. I think we're about to see a Ling Bane smish, smoosh, smash. And that can get absolutely crazy very fast. So these Zerglings going to come in for Maniac, say, hey, do you have a third base, bro? All right, kill, kill, kill. Those Zerglings going to start to do some damage. Lings are on the way here for Meatball. Already loses one of them, though, in that hatch. You don't want to lose that hatch. Making Banelings now, which means that hatchery is going to go down. I think those Zerglings won't get her in time. As long as Maniac commits and just focuses on it, it's going to die. 50 hit points, 30 hit points. Cancelled. Well done there, Maniac. Oh, is he even going to get the drone? Oh, adding insult to injury there. A real kick in the nuts. Starts running away, turns around, kicks his opponent in the sack from behind. You guys know the move, through the legs. Through the legs. Now the drone needs to go out to retake that hatchery. If you do that, I think you're okay. Meatball is floating a ton of minerals though, and I think Meatball's just too angry. Meatball's going to go straight across the map and just try to counter headbutt. A spine crawler's in the way. What? In the main base? What the fuck? Fuck is there a spine there? Oh my god, the nonsense. Zergling's going to start to focus down this hatchery. Those drones going down. Queensling Bane trying to come down. There's no defensive Banelings. Uh-oh, this is looking really good for Meatball right now, getting us around on these queens. The Baneling goes forward. Oh, but does just waste itself hitting a cocoon. No, 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 don't go for them. No, run. Don't do that. Ow. Oh, damn. Ouch. Okay, so it looked like an opening, but behind it, Meatball was not really producing. Built a few more things, wasn't injecting, and wasn't putting down extra hatcheries, so it was indeed a rage-induced counterattack. That was not a well-thought-out one. I think Maniac sniping the third kind of got under Meatball's skin, and now they're both just trying to build to that next stage. The third hatch, the Roach Warren, finally does go down. The Ling Bane's going to come on in here. Maniac there has a queen, has a third hatch as well. Roach Warren, Evo on the way. Zergling's coming forward. The queen pulls back. Oh, nicely done. That queen pulling back into the gap. Zergling's coming on forward here. Baneling taking some damage. Ooh, third hatch gets sniped. Baneling doesn't find anything. Just a single Zergling. That queen does go down as well. Okay, both sides just trading here with the Ling Bane right now. Oh, Maniac, you're outnumbered. Yeah, get back to the choke point, dude. Okay, the queen and the Zerglings should be able to hold into the choke for now. A fourth base goes down as well. Good choice. They're both floating money like crazy. There's so much micro in these sort of action-packed Ling Bane scenarios that going for extra hatcheries has got to be the wise move. Right now, Maniac, yeah, you're on 2 base versus a player going to 4, but you're on 40 drones and you're building roaches and 1-1 upgrades in roach speed. So I actually favor Maniac in this scenario. Even though Meatball could play it out well to get a lead from here, you can see lots of Banelings just kind of headbutting on units. I really think it's past time Meatball go home and actually inject some hatcheries and do some drones, you know? Because these roaches with 1-1, how do you ever stop that attack? You're still down on workers. Those extra hatcheries aren't making up for you being down on workers yet. And there's a Nydus attack that's going to come out of Maniac as well. So Meatball's still threatening with the Ling Bane, but doesn't really have the Overlord coverage. You can see doesn't have the vision of that third base. And Baneling just blowing up on roaches. Lair is on the way for Meatball, but no upgrade started, and I'm telling you, when 1-1 kicks in, that's going to be hard. I think Meatball needs to get into roaches or mutas by the time that happens, and with the second Evo on the way, with more gases going down, it looks like I think we're going to see just mass roach as the response. And you know what? Your 48 versus 40 drones, as long as you start building roaches soon, you don't get too greedy, you might be able to make it work. Maniac's queued an Overlord down here, but that's a slow Overlord. That needs to be an Overseer. Maniac, you need to make it into an Overseer. It's going to take so long to get in position. Okay, he's going to start. Whoa, in the most obvious position ever. Yet somehow Meatball doesn't have vision. It's a Nydus worm popping up right between the natural and third. And oh, he finally catches a glimpse of that with one of his drones. Meatball coming forward, but way too late. Hasn't even started building roaches or Zerglings yet. He doesn't have any gas mining. He's going to be able to take out the Nydus worm, but way too many roaches already out on the map. Those roaches having a party. Spy crawlers try to build. Ain't no time for that. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. Those roaches just blast those drones, blast that queen. And those Zerglings going to try to come in. But there's a spine crawler guarding the door. Maniac could go for the kill right now, but he's actually chilling and giving a bit of time. Remember that Meatball... Oh, Meatball never put on gas. Meatball. Oh, Meatball has so many minerals. Oh, Meatball. Oh, now the Nydus in the bait. I was talking about how it would take so long for that Overlord to get in position. Well, oh no. Meatball's like, cool. Hey, you went home. Starts building drones of all things. No! No! Maniac's gonna pop roaches into the main. Meatballs. Oh, and another Nydus just in case that one dies. Yeah, Maniac's all over it. The 1-1 roaches should be a game-winning move here. Maniac just popping up Nydus roach from all angles. And despite just doing this off 2 base, actually has the roaches hitting at a good time. Both players' banks are bigger than the Iron Bank right now. This is redonk. I mean, a little gaslight though. So there is a resource shortage, but I think that's it. I think Meatball's fudged. Maniac using the Nydus worms exceptionally well. And, oh, the workers go on gas. Meatball's like, no, man, I got so many workers. Just give me a minute to make some roaches, please. No, dude, you're on 12 verse 23. Those roaches even able to hit the drones from the high ground and just having a little bit of a cheeky vom. Yeah, just imagine you're there, you're in your workplace, you're harvesting your minerals. Bam! Fountain of vomit from the cliff over yonder, and you do start to go down now. Looks like this game's going to go on for a little bit longer, so we're going to do an executive fast forward. That's right! Meatball. I love Meatball's trying to hang on, but this is game over, 100%. Let's finish it off, hey, Maniac. Maniac's, like, unsure of how to get down this ramp, so he's trying to Nydus. There's already a Nydus here. He could just pop the whole army out and attack from that side. It wouldn't really matter. But you know what? Better safe than sorry. As Maniac finally moves the spine out and takes a third hatch. But here we go. Roaches coming down for Meatball right now. But the roaches of Maniac looking like they got a decent arc. Where are the rest of the roaches of Maniac? Maniac's roaches are just hanging. Oh, he's trying to do. Oh, he's like, haha, lured you out of position, and then runs in down here, takes out the queen. He's gonna. Oh, he's being a little overly fancy with it, right? He could just kill the spine in those roaches, but he's like, no. I built a spine in your main, and I want to use that spine crawl. I've got it on the cliff. Look at that. He's like, taste my tentacle. Meatball's like, dude, that's a messed up thing to say. Taste my tentacle is like, please don't. Oh, okay, here we go. Another Nydus has popped up. Maniac, do we want to? No. You know what's crazy, guys? Those biles are actually killing a lot of roaches. Don't tell me Meatball wins this game. Maniac has done no macro behind this. Has not transferred workers, has not taken more gases, and has not continued any upgrades. Maniac is like popping up Nydus worms like crazy and doing very little with them. Unfortunately, Meatball has got 32 workers on one base. So I don't think there's a way, because the roach count's very similar right now. The only way I think Meatball can win is if Maniac just keeps kind of getting too afraid to just win. Which so far, like, Maniac has gone from triple the roaches to double the roaches to equal roaches to sniping a hatch and running away constantly. Like, I'm not sure what the purpose of all this, what. So we got a double upgraded, or we still got a single upgrade advantage plus roach speed. Maniac pops out some units and gets some killed, and that's. Oh, Maniac's gonna try and pop out into the roach trap. Okay. I think there's enough that it's okay. Meatball now trying to run away. Oh, Meatball's roaches get trapped. Meatball's roaches get trapped on top of the ramp. Oh my god. Ow. Let us out. Oh, and that's gonna be the killing blow. Okay, Maniac did get a very sick trap there. And finishes off game number 2. Let's go right into map number 3. All right. Let's go straight into game number 3. Another Zerg versus Zerg. What the hell? What the fuck? What is this? Okay, hopefully we see some more Lingbane, because honestly, I do enjoy non-pro gamer suboptimal Lingbane control. To me, it's one of the most hilarious things to watch, because you never know when somebody's going to accidentally misclick 20 Zerglings onto a Baneling. Down here in the bottom right, it is Puffed Oof. Puffed Oof? The opponent in the top left, it is Stinky Brie. Speaking of stinky cheese, it is indeed a 13 gas 12 pool by the looks of it. Actually, this might have even been like a 12-11 or something like that. This is like crazy committed. So this Zerg in the top left is going to go very aggressive. The bottom right players trying very hard to use their emote, good luck, have fun, while going for a 17 hatchery on the low ground, which is not bad, but I'll tell you what, you'd much rather a pool first against this sort of opening. Now, Stinky Brie is actually not even building a 14th worker. So normally with a 13-12, the most aggressive opening, you'd have 14 drones. This only 13. This is as aggressive as it gets. 6 Zerglings on the way. We might not even see a queen. We might just see straight Zergling speed. Stinky Brie here is going to get mighty aggressive. Yeah, you can see that the pool was clicked there, waiting for 100 gas. There we go. Ling speed starts up immediately. This is a no queen build order, at least for the moment. And that means you can skip the Overlord because you've got enough supply to build 10 more Zerglings. It also means you have Jackal follow-up. Means you got to do killing damage. Now, Puffed Oof. Puffed Oof. Oh, Puffed Oof hasn't seen it. Okay, Puffed Oof is finally going to see it. Let's go to Puffed Oof's camera. See, it enters the minimap now. Zerglings here, but isn't looking at it. I don't know if he even realized. He's looking at the Overlord. Oh my god, Puffdorf. Oh, what are you looking? Oh my god, the Zerglings ran through his Overlord. He didn't even notice. Oh my god, Puffdorf. What are you doing, mate? Is building an Overlord. Please build Zerglings. Please build Zerglings. Yeah, it's so surprised. Puffdorf here is like, let's go back to everyone's camera. Puffdorf does turn and fight with these drones. Those Zerglings going a little deep, I would say. But they are wasting a lot of mining time. 6 Zerglings do now start up, but the Queens still haven't started. And Puffdorf, gets a surround on some of those Zerglings in the mineral line, though. That's pretty nice. These Zerglings from Stinky Bree are going absolutely ham. A lot of them have already died, though. 4 links for 4 drones. Normally sounds like a good trade, but you do have to be very careful. Oh, he's going to try and surround those Zerglings as they pop. And, a bit of a micro from Puffdorf. Leaves them behind. And they both fall, or at least one of them does. The other one gets out with 1 hit point. And then ends up dying a few moments later. Baneling's going to try and morph inside the base. I would imagine the Baneling nest is done. The Zergling's coming on in. Stinky Bree, you got to fight with the drones. You got to fight with the drones. Oh, they're a little bit slow. And Mineral Walk gets us around. Puffdorf gets us around on Stinky Bree's Zerglings there. Stinky Bree has to pull back and morph. Banelings now. It's 10 Zerglings for 6 Zerglings and 5 drones. Not bad defense. A Queen pops out. Another Queen pops out. They both inject. I'd probably want to save that energy for transfuse if I were you, buddy. Those Queens need to get to that ramp, but they're not going to get there in time. Shuffle. Shuffle over, lass. Shuffle. Shuffle over. Hold position. Hold. Okay. Oh my god. They barely form a wall. I don't think they're on hold position, but they barely get the wall up, and poof. Even shuffles the Queen back, moves the Zerglings in front to add some damage. Both Queens survive, and Puffdorf holds 17 drones versus 12. A hatchery standing, 2 Queens versus 1 only now popping. An amazing hold for Puffdorf, who hangs on against Stinky Breeze. Big D energy. Oh, I just realized the clan is... Big D energy Stinky Bree. All right, I get it. Stinky D cheese, maybe a special sort of cheese. Those who don't know, the D cheese comes from comes from Denmark. That's what the D cheese is. Big Denmark cheese energy. Baneling nest trying to build on the low ground as well. I don't know what that Evo chamber is meant to be for. Zerglings popping out and dying. These Queens need to shuffle down that ramp. Wait. Puffdorf, who microed so well up to this point, doesn't have energy for transfuse and is in danger of losing these Queens. Oh no, if only they had transfused 10 more energy. Wait. Okay, the Evo chamber is getting attacked. That's not important. 16 Zerglings are now building for Puffdorf. And Stinky Breeze giving him time. All right, the Queens, 47, 48, 49, 50 energy. They both got transfused. Give each other some band-aids. Come on, lasses, you know you want to. Oh, watch the Baneling! The Baneling killed 10 Zerglings as they popped out. Oh my god. Where are those transfuses, baby grill? You know you want to. Oh, okay. Baits the Zerglings up. Then they drop the band-aids on each other. Well played. Puffdorf, though, is not really producing too much behind this. There's a few Zerglings up there. Should be able to regain control of the base, but is building spine crawlers right now, rather than just moving down with the Queen Zergling and killing those Banelings. No extra safety Banelings have been made by Puffdorf either, which opens up a window here. Make Banelings. You've got to make Banelings, mate. What are you doing? Oh, no. Puffdorf screwed the pooch. Screwed the Puff. Uh-oh, Stinky Breeze in the mineral line. That's a lot. Oh, one of the Banelings blows up on the spawning pool. Bit of an excited misclick from Stinky Bree. Okay, a few drones go down, but you gotta kill more. You gotta kill more, dude. You can't just settle for that. Ends up going for the Zerglings. Oh, you know what? That's acceptable. 13 drones. Puffdorf is still alive. Those 2 spines can move to the low ground. Puffdorf desperately trying to make sure these Banelings don't blow up unless they can get all of them. But look at the micro. Stinky Bree comes in, sacrifices a Zergling for a Baneling. Again, another Zergling for a Baneling. You can't leave your Banelings out there, Puffdorf. That's why you got to keep them behind your other units and with move commands so they don't just blow up on the first thing that arrives. That being said, Stinky Bree is only at 14 workers versus the 17. If those spines just move to the low ground, if these Banelings protect the Queen and the spines, then Puffdorf is fine. But Puffdorf right now is droning without setting up the defense. Puffdorf is in disarray, the pressure getting to them. 1 spine moves there, still has not secured the low ground. I feel like this is Stinky Bree could easily kill this hatchery right now and might just don't go up the ramp, go for the hatchery. Don't go, no, don't go in there. Don't go in there, Stinky Bree. There's Banelings. No. Oh my god, the Zerglings. Okay, they actually take out all the Banelings, and you know what? They're in an undefended mineral line now. The Queen will come over. She'll aggro some of those, but drones starting to fall. The Queen's going to go down. They need to run. Those drones could just run to the natural to get on the other side of those spines. Oh no! Oh no! Dude, poofed off. Poofed off's taken. Oh, it was such a good hold and then just didn't deal with the follow-up. Those Zerglings taking all the banelings. Dude, Stinky Bree with the third wave. We just saw poofed off. Perfect defense into panicking and failing, not moving the defense to the low ground and not making those safety banelings. Then making the safety banelings, but not pairing them up with the spines, not guarding the choke points. Can Pooftoof recover from here? Unlikely, I would say. Maybe if you move a spine to there or there. I don't know, dude. But if that hatchery goes down, 11 drones versus 17, there's no way you come back from that. Stinky Bree are attacking. Quite a few messed up attacks, but a few good ones mixed in there to finally get the damage. The Banelings blowing up on the Broodlings, not their greatest win of all time. That Spine Crawler doing what it can. But in the end, dude, that was, oh my god, that was so held. That was so held. Let's watch that Zergling micro really quickly one more time, guys. So I want to watch because I was saying don't go in the main. I was saying don't do the game-winning move. I am admittedly a dumbass. So 2 Lings went in first. The Queen blocked them. And then let's watch this again. Instant rewind. Zerglings come on in. Oh, and they dodge. And then the rally of Banelings takes out the Banelings. And then leaves 1 Zergling in the middle line to take that Baneling. And Pooftoof was just not producing. Every time there was an attack coming, you could tell Pooftoof was kind of freezing up and panicking. And everything was just getting smushed. GG, well played. Stinky Bree gets the Queen, overwhelms the drones. If those drones all quickly drilled to the natural, I think maybe could have been okay. But tried to fight, and those spines just unable to secure things. Ah, such a bummer. Well played, though. Well played. Stinky Bree there going hardcore. Brings out that big Danish cheese energy. Well, goddamn played. Well, guys, don't forget to get replays in for next week's challenge, of course, with the distraction LOL challenge. Try and piss off and annoy your opponent with as many little tricks as you can. Of course, big thanks to Pimp City, Colonel SC, and Maxan, our conductors of the D-Town Express. Check out the Patreon, links down below. Appreciate the love, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye and good night.